Unbreakable Hearts channel. Like that?
Hello, YouTube people. What is going on with you all today? Today is a special day. It is going to rain today. You can see it in the clouds. But it's not supposed to rain until about 3 o'clock, and then that's only that 1 hour. And then it's going to rain all night long starting at 10 o'clock. So I'm pretty safe out here right now. It rained a good portion of the day and night last night. You can see the sidewalk is still wet. The road is still wet, mostly. And I wanted to bring this video to you. This is one about insecurity. Now, insecurities has a lot to do with confidence, like I was talking about before. Maybe in the past, recent past, far past, whatever, you didn't feel like you measured up to everybody else. Maybe you felt like you were uglier than other people, maybe fatter. You know, you could have lots of things happen. I had an accident in 2014, and the airbag hit me in the mouth and broke my teeth, and I felt really insecure about that. It was very difficult to smile. You know, and people generally, you know, they look at you in some kind of way when you have any kind of flaw like that. As a matter of fact, the girl that I actually went with, she had a problem with that, and you know, it's a temporary thing. Because one day you'll be changed. You know, if you're fat, lose weight. If you had something like what I had happen, get new teeth. I mean, it's really just that simple. And, you know, little flaws here and there. I actually went on an airplane to go see this woman, and the whole time I was in the plane, I was in the middle of two people, and being of a bigger size, because I am extra plump, I guess you could say. It was hard to get up and go to the bathroom. And, you know, I had problems at that time anyways. My prostate had started getting larger, and it was pressing against my bladder and causing a lot of problems there. And I just didn't know what I was going to do. But the girl pointed it out to me when I got there, and she made me really feel worse about myself. Instead of lifting me up and saying, you know, it doesn't really matter about that. What matters is what's inside of you, not the outward appearance, you know. But that girl was more of a materialistic type of person, and she only cared about that, you know. She cared about the way you look. I brought a watch with me. That watch was kind of cheap anyway. I think I paid like $38 for it. But she made me put it on several times, you know, like I was supposed to be, you know, impressing people or something like that. And I don't look at being impressive towards other people. I'm not about shiny objects and things like that. But she gave me the feeling that that's what matters to her. And it was really uncomfortable being around her. She wouldn't sit in the Jeep next to me. She would sit across the way or whatever. She never really was close to me. And if you broke it down, I went there for her, and I tried to spend time with her, but she would always go away. Sometimes I think she did actually go to her mother's house, but other times she didn't. And I knew that. And it was very hurtful inside that, knowing that I came there for you, but you treated me so badly, I didn't know how to react towards that. And it was like trying to push insecurities onto me. Like, you were trying to give me insecurities. And I don't have those insecurities now. In my lifetime, I did. When I was younger, I would get zits on my face, right? Just here and there. I never had like a million of them on my face or whatever. But even just one little one, I didn't like them. And I even went into my mother's bathroom and got makeup and just put a little dot of it on my pimple. There were times that, my hair was like oily. It was an oily type of hair instead of like, nice, beautiful, you know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't look good. It looked like I never took a shower or something, It was just always really oily. And some of us are born with that gene where our hair is oily. But I would take like a shot of baby powder and put it in my hair to make it look better, But it didn't, and I'm quite sure some people noticed it in my school. I don't know, but this was when I was a teenager. I didn't want to show that I had flaws, and so I was very insecure during that time. And I'm sure even a couple of girls pointed out to me that I had like something on my face. Here I'm wearing. I didn't have my whole face with makeup on it. But I didn't want to show that I was just any normal kid. All of them had pimples, during that time. So we all go through that point in time. And, I just was very insecure about it. And then after the deal with my car accident, I got very, very insecure. I never smiled. I smiled, but without my teeth, And it was very insecure. Then I had before then, I had the little bouts with cancer. I had a 1 inch worth of cancer on my kidney. I had that cut off in 2021. It was level 1, stage 1, so it wasn't like a really bad thing. They cut it off. I returned. I didn't have it. I returned 3 times. I still didn't have it. And I don't have it today. Thanks to my father, I don't. But there were a lot of things that made me feel insecure when I was younger. And one more thing. I was always the brightest skin, and that bothered me also. But, when I got older, I started looking at all these people that I went to school with. They used to be my friends in my other Facebook, my very first Facebook. And, I looked at them in the face and they just looked terrible. Like, they looked 15 years older than me because I always worried about being the whitest, I'm from Florida, so, when you come from a certain state or country or whatever, you want to to look like everybody else, go with the flow, looking like everybody else and that. And I was born with red hair. If you look at my picture here on YouTube, you see that I had red hair. I was born with strawberry blonde hair.
I was born feeding
Anyways,
I built my reputation.
the strawberry blonde hair people and the red hair people are always more fair skinned.
I was
And I never
raised
looked
an
at it in that
underdog.
light. So I always did whatever I could to try to get a sunburn.
Without
But
hesitation.
and I could never do it. I tried putting baby oil one time. My friend gave me some baby oil. I got red like a lobster, and I was burned from head to toe. I felt sick. I got a fever. I felt so terrible, and I said I'll never do that again, and I didn't. And
I was born
I just
feeding
had so many
I
insecurities,
built my
and then
reputation.
after I saw those pictures of all my friends that used to
I was
lay out in
raised
the
an
sun,
underdog.
dancing, all these
Taking
beautiful cheerleaders
innovation
and
without
that. You look at them in the face now,
hesitation.
and I swear they look 15 years older than myself. And now I'm thankful that I never did all of those things, because I look so much better now because I didn't worry about that. So sometimes when we have insecurities and we feel like,
Hey,
things are not as they seem or whatever, you might actually appreciate it later in your life, because I can tell you wholeheartedly, I am not like they are, I can assure you, they look so much older than me, and I'm so grateful that even though I had those insecurities at the time, I'm so grateful that I didn't go with the flow. And I used to wear a t-shirt that said "Dare to be different," and I definitely am different than most. Okay? One thing I do is I am the beater of my own drum. I don't let anybody else beat on my drum. It's no fun. And, I know this, okay? I could have been 100 times worse off than what I am now. And I'm so grateful and thankful. And I went through that period of time with the pimples. The only time that I actually got any more pimples in my later life was when I was in the Philippines. They had like really rich, dark black dirt, and it gets in your pores and it gets you pimples. But I only had like one or two, I guess. But here in the United States, I never ever get pimples anymore. I went through that stage when I was young, and I'm very thankful for that, because I know quite a few people that didn't go through that when they were a teenager, and then when they got older, they started getting pimples all on their face, and I definitely wouldn't like that at this moment in time. And, I'm so grateful and thankful for what I have and where I am. And, everything's great. So, if you go back in your time and you have insecurities, try to think back. I mean, like I said, 20 years from now, you might be just like me. You might be thankful that you didn't do such and such, because everybody that you know from before, they're so much different than you. And you have something to be grateful for. And I was, and I am. So anyways, I want you to know that I love you.
Endless love, what can it be? Is it the love between a mother and child? Is it the love between two people who are meant to be? Endless love, where does it come from? Is that always finds a way. Endless love, what can it be? Is it the love between a mother and child? Is it the love between two people who are meant to be? Endless love, where does it come from? Is it something we're born with? Or is it something we learn along the way? Endless love, what does it mean? Is it the love that never fades away? Is it the love that always finds a way? Endless love, what can it be? Is it the love between a mother and child? Is it the love between two people who are meant to be?